So, you really want to do this?
Yes.
Where are you going to be tonight after 7?
I can be wherever you need me to be.
Well, isn't your boyfriend's house a little dangerous for you? Why were they so worried about you? She thought you were going to die.
Well, because I'm living on the side of a freeway and doing drugs, and I'm running around with my boyfriend's a gangbanger and drug dealer, and he hits me, and I'm putting myself in situations where I could be killed. I've been raped, I've been beaten, I've been robbed. Hang out with people and do things with people that I wouldn't normally do just because then I'll be able to get high. I don't get to see my kid as often as I'd like, and when I do, he hates me.
I will call you at 6:30 and we'll plan it.
Okay, I'm very thankful.
But you need to answer the freaking phone. I can't be chasing you.
I know, I do. I can answer.
All right, girl.
Okay.
Night. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
Call ended.
In a quarter mile, turn left into the parking lot.
So she was in rehab once before and she left thinking it would be different. It wasn't different? Yeah, it was worse. So she's calling. She's very desperate right now. And I'm hoping we can go and we can make a difference and we can save her life. I picked up some people in some crazy places. This is not the craziest. You there?
2 seconds away.
Are you we're in the back of the bank by the freeway. Is that where you're coming?
Yes.
That's what I figured, in that open little gate, huh?
Yes. I'll be right there.
All right. I'll meet you over there. I'm going to walk out of the car anywhere I need to stretch.
Okay.
All right, girl. Bye.
Bye.
You know, I get a lot of phone calls, but every once in a while I'll get that one phone call that completely gets my attention because you can feel the fear. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And when it comes to drug addiction, that's what it is. It's insanity. This is her shot. I hope that she takes it, and I hope she doesn't ever forget this. This is crazy. All right, let me get in here. Sitting there waiting in that parking lot by the freeway, I didn't really know what to expect, but when I saw her walk up and just looking at her face, you can feel the pain. You could see the pain. I mean, look at this.
I don't think anybody wants to live like this.
No. I mean, let's fix it. Let's make this it, okay? You okay?
I don't have a choice in the matter. It's for my kid. I couldn't do that to him.
It's for you. We'll talk about that over. Let's get you out of here. At the end of the day, it's her call. I mean, at least she's doing the right thing now. She's reaching out. And when somebody reaches out, especially when they're using the kind of dope she's using, you got this little window. And if you don't go and if you don't grab them right now, I mean, that's how we lose people. And I buried way too many people. I don't want to bury Jenna. Yeah, I'd love to see it, if you don't mind.
In my
This
nature.
is not taking care of yourself.
Correct.
I want you to take one look at this seriously, and I want you to never forget this.
I don't think I could if I wanted
I
to.
don't ever want you to forget this, because if you continue to do this, this is the best you'll have. I remember walking Jennifer back to the homeless deal where she was sleeping, and we were really having to pay attention to where we were walking. We were dodging human waste, we were dodging drugs, we were dodging all kinds of stuff. I mean, it was really sad to see how people live like that. I don't know how they do. I don't know how she existed. You're probably thinking what we're all thinking. How in the world did we get here?
A state as large as ours, a nation state, is many parts, but at the end of the day, we're one body. There's a mutuality and there's a recognition of our interdependence that requires of this moment that we direct a statewide order for people to stay at home.
We stayed home, alone, stuck in our own minds, held hostage by our own fears.
Alarming new numbers just out from the CDC. During the pandemic, overdose deaths jumped nearly 30% nationwide.
Preliminary data from the CDC shows from December 2019 to December 2020, overdose deaths rose nearly 30%.
And nearly 45% in California. 45%.
That's 93,331 deaths last year.
The director of the National Institute of Drug Abuse calls this data chilling and says the COVID-19 pandemic created a devastating collision of health crises in America.
When you're alone with your thoughts and your feelings. And again, most people that drank or used drugs and alcohol to cope. So now being alone, what is people going to do? Use more alcohol and drugs. If somebody's been suicidal and depressed when they're alone, what's going to happen? They're going to get into their head and have to deal with all those thoughts and feelings. Pretty scary place. Did you shoot dope or smoke it today?
I smoked it. I've never shot
Where are you
it.
getting this shit? I mean, you guys got no money. How are you getting it?
Female friends selling their bodies,
Okay.
stealing from stores and then trading
it.
for it. Honestly, I've never had to pay for it because I always end up dating the guy who's selling it without even knowing that I'm dating the guy who's selling it until 10 minutes in, and then I should walk away and I don't. And it's never, like I said, it's never been about the dope. You know what I mean? I never would take someone I left when I wasn't there all the time. I would never, it escalates without you knowing it.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you're doing it all day, every day, even though you're not making the effort.
You just need to do it to be normal. Like it or not, you are a dope fiend. People that aren't dope fiends don't smoke heroin and smoke crystal meth and drink all day long. And then drugs are going to take you out. And I'm sure that they've numbed you so that you could deal with this, because there's no way you, coming from where you came from, can be able to cope with that without some coping skills, and that's your drugs.
I didn't want to live.
I know you didn't want to live.
And I know I had jumped out of a moving car at one point. I was left at my car in that position and woke up 23 hours later in the hospital, having been Narcaned and all the above, and I only had my shorts and my bra and my sandals, and everything else was gone.
So who knows what the hell happened? What's your kid's name?
His name is Milo.
Huh?
Milo.
So let's pretend Milo's sitting right there in that camera. Talk to him. Tell him what you're gonna do.
Milo. I'm gonna start being the mom that you had, deserve, require, need, in every sense of the word, in every way I've been promising you. You're my anchor to this world. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be here right now.
You'd have took yourself out, wouldn't you? Somebody gets loaded. They do something terrible. They wake up in the morning and they go, oh my God, how do I live with that? And what they do then is they use more drugs. And then they do more things that make them feel even worse about themselves. Then all of a sudden, we bring them in and say, time to get sober. And all those feelings of guilt and shame comes back. Right to the office first. And it's not teaching somebody now how not to use drugs. It's teaching people now how to deal with life on life terms and deal with those feelings of guilt and shame. I can't even explain how bad it was. But it was this makeshift house and garbage and drugs everywhere.
Okay.
In the middle of the dirt. So she's pretty dirty.
Right.
So she needs to clean up.
Yeah.
And I would have her scrub up tonight because, you know.
All right.
Okay?
All right, I got it.
And we'll get her some medical attention tomorrow.
Yeah, she'll see doctor tomorrow.
There is a buzzball. I forgot about that.
There's a what?
A buzzball.
Where is it?
It's like this big. He's not gonna miss it. Yeah.
Where is it?
In one of the bags. No, there's more. There's more in the car. This is nothing.
In the morning, she's gonna start coming down. She's gonna come down hard. So she's gonna have a rough time for the next few days. But we'll get her through it. That's what we do. And where's that bottle you were telling me about? Let's find it. And whatever other drugs you might have. You do have pills, right?
They're in the bottles.
Yes.
And then there's a couple loose ones in the purse that match the bottles.
Okay, will you look for the pills and stuff? Because she's got from Dr. Fred.
Oh, when she ate me.
Yes, this is one hell of a step above where she was sleeping on the side of that freeway. So she'll have a nice, warm, clean bed tonight. She'll be able to take a shower. They have some steak and potatoes they're going to give her. So she'll have a nice dinner. And we're going to give her lots of fluids. Hopefully she'll have a nice sleep tonight. I know one thing, she'll have a safe sleep tonight. And that's about the best I could do for her today. If you do this thing now and you do this thing right, I promise you your life. If you do this thing wrong and you leave, I promise you what you've had will be worse. This girl, I don't know how she survived out there, really don't. Well, I wouldn't call what she was doing surviving, that's for sure. What I would call what she was doing was a 100% complete suicide run. Somehow, down the road, she picked up the phone and called me. So, thank God for that. Yeah, I used to say, get sober or whatever. Now it's get sober or die, man. This girl's gonna get clean or she's going to die. There's not a middle ground for her anymore. This is it.
I was just gonna put everything but the pills inside of that.
She said something about having weed in here too.
All that
Did
stuff.
you find that buzzball?
No, look where right now.
Right now we're in the midst of doing an intake. We're also gonna do a full search on her. I mean, you know, what she's been doing, so we gotta make sure she's safe. We gotta make sure the house is safe. We're gonna feed her, give her some fluids. In the morning she'll see the doctor so we could start her medical detox. These are THC cartridges. So they put them in their little vapes and they smoke it, or they vape it. It's extremely potent stuff. Don't get yourself stuck by anything, be careful. What's that? Yeah, this 40 years, and this never ceases to amaze me, how people just allow this to happen and be okay with it, you know?
We see it every day.
We see it, that's what we do.
It doesn't amaze me because I literally live this every day when we have an intake. Seen a lot of relapses since the pandemic. We've actually, even in our slow times during December, January, we had a lot of clients. It's horrible. I mean, it is most definitely horrible. I put my heart in this job, and seeing the things that I've seen and the people that we get close to and they leave and we feel like they had it, and then they don't, because they, you know, they leave and we're still on lockdown because of COVID, and right away they're coming back to us. It's just a horrible thing, because, you know, we have lost somebody, a few of them recently, and I go to meetings with these, you know, with our clients and everything, and you could ask Cary, I bawl my eyes out. It's hard on us, as I know it is for their family members and their loved ones.
The stay-at-home order had an effect, I believe, on everybody. People that were depressed got more depressed. People that used alcohol or drugs used more alcohol and drugs. People that were suicidal became more suicidal. So it's been a year of, I would call, hell, and now we're going to have to deal with all that. How you doing, man? I'm Cary.
I'm Silvio.
You okay, brother?
I'm hanging in there. It's been a tough year and a half.
I know. Let's sit down out here first.
Dominic was a high school track star and football star. He's set many records. In his life, he assumed the only thing he had to make decisions about would be to go to which university. He was getting letters from Naval Academy, from UCLA.
Wow.
He was going to most likely qualify to run the Olympics. Mm-hmm. He was doing his 100-meter in the 10s.
Wow.
And that was before he was a senior. He blew out his knee, had to get, so they did that. He was in therapy or rehab for,
right.
It took about 8 months before the doctor cleared him to go back to normal activity. The football players smoke weed, and he said one day somebody said, "Hey, have you ever tried black tar?" He didn't know what it was, and so he tried it, and obviously he liked it, and then began just a vicious downward spiral.
When it comes to black tar, heroin, or any of those kind of drugs, people say, how many times does it take to get addicted to it? Well, emotionally, once.
Right.
Because as soon as it hits your body, it's a shortcut to the pleasure zone of your brain, and you fall absolutely madly in love. And there's no feeling like it.
Right.
And then you chase it for years and years and years until horrible things have happened. I know yesterday was really rough for you. What happened yesterday?
I got home around noon, 12:30, and he was just completely passed out on the couch. I couldn't wake him up.
He's a garbage can addict. He'll use anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the good thing is he knows we're here, and let's go see what he wants to do.
Okay.
You want to sit at the table? Or here. It's either way. I'm good wherever you want to sit.
Hey, Dominic?
Yeah.
Come on down.
You all right, dude?
No.
It's bad, isn't it?
Yeah. I overdosed twice yesterday. I refused to go to the hospital the first time.
Yeah.
And the second time, I just walked, like, right when I was able to, like, move around, I just walked out just because to go get high.
You know you're gonna die.
Yeah.
You know that you almost did twice yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's not your only overdose, is it?
No, that's like 9 other ones.
9 overdoses?
Yeah.
What are you doing, dude? You're smarter than that. Serious. It's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm sorry, I don't want to push it into you, but your daddy, he lost his father, and he lost his wife and your mother. He didn't want to lose you. You need to be there. Comes a point where drugs stop working. And when you get to that point, you can't get sober and you can't get high. And poor Dominic, I mean, he kept trying and he kept overdosing. So he knew if he didn't do something fast, he'd be dead. So yeah, I think he knew exactly what he was getting himself into. And most of the time people don't, but I think he had a pretty good idea if he didn't do this, he'd be dead. And you're going to be my mission. So what I want you to do is I want you to grab your dad's hands. I want you to I want to do something, and this might piss you off, but can you handle it?
Yeah.
Say, Dad, look at him, not me.
Dad.
I
love
my drugs more than I love you.
More than I love you. Yeah.
Is it true?
I guess so, yeah.
Let's change that. I felt so bad for his father too, because you think it through for a second, man. You're a dad, you got a kid upstairs in a room killing himself, shooting dope, smoking dope. I mean, heroin, fentanyl. So it's kind of one of those kind of things that you got to keep checking on him, because he could be dead, and thank God he did, because the kid did overdose twice just in one day. So now look at your dad. Say, Dad.
Dad.
Say whatever you want.
I love you.
Love you, son.
Tell him what you're going to do.
I'm gonna get better.
You are going to get better. You know, this guy loves the hell out of you. Drugs haven't been your friend in a long time. They turned on you.
Yeah.
They're trying to kill you. So let's kick them to the curb. Let's make life worth living. Okay?
All right, yeah.
So we're going to leave in a minute. We're going to say goodbye to your daddy. So you can give him a hug.
Do this, Dominic, okay? You do some shit up there?
I don't know. I think
Okay, let me ask you a question though.
Yeah.
Is it fentanyl or is it heroin?
I use both.
When was the last time you did fentanyl?
Fentanyl was like a week ago.
A week ago?
Yeah.
Okay, so you haven't been doing, so right now you're just doing black tar heroin, is that what you're doing?
And Xanax, yeah.
And Xanax, so when was the last time you got loaded?
Like this morning? Yeah.
So we're gonna detox you with some medication.
All right.
But you can't have the medication for 24 hours, so I'm gonna tell you something. Okay? You're gonna have to be tough, and you're gonna have to get through a day without using any drugs. And yes, you're gonna be uncomfortable, man. I want you to remember, sit down right there real quick for a minute, and I want you to remember if you have anything else in this room that we need to confiscate.
Yeah, in my room.
In your room. Okay, let's go to your room. What do you got?
I might put the rig in here. I got a bunch of like foil. This is like foil with like heroin on it.
Okay. Get all that. Give me all that.
There's a lot of it.
Right here. You know what? Let's just throw this whole trash out.
Alright. And I think there's a broken meth pipe in there.
Where?
Inside there.
Okay.
We get rid of all this crap, man. What was the pills up there? Just
Hey, let's see. Give it to me.
let me see. Oh, there you go. Oh, we found the Xanax galore here, dude.
Now, kill yourself, man.
These are some strong shit.
Are those Xanax?
And Suboxone. But these might be bootleg Xanax. It's so easy today to get any kind of drugs. You pick up your phone, you hit Snapchat or any of those, Instagram or whatever it is, you know who the dealers are, and you could meet them at the mall, or they'll even deliver them. It's just like pizza delivery, man. It's crazy. These are pressed Xanax. In other words, they look like pharmaceutical Xanax, but they were probably bought on Snapchat, and they're not real. Chances are 50% these are fentanyl, and this is what's killing our generation right now. And there is also Suboxone, which is Suboxone for coming off of opiates. He knows what they are. He's overdosed twice, thought it took them all, and said, if you didn't come get me, I would have probably found them and be dead by now. Did you buy those online?
Yeah. No, they're pressed. I know they're pressed.
These are fentanyl. This could kill you. I mean, you got a 50% chance of dying every time you take one of these things. 50%.
I know you don't remember too well, but if you got anything else, man, I don't want you to hurt yourself. You see what I mean? If we would have,
50% chance of dying.
Yeah, but not only that, if we would have not have gotten that, when you came back from treatment, you would have seen that shit there, and then what you would have done.
Yeah, exactly.
See what I'm saying?
I like you even more.
You
You're
know?
really a knucklehead, aren't you?
I lose everything. I literally
Well,
lose
these are
everything.
going in a bag, and I'm throwing all this shit away.
All right.
I don't want these even around. I'm bringing these to the drop box at the sheriff's station. These are too dangerous.
Did you get the plastic bag?
This is all stuff that, I mean, just so you could see where he's cooking stuff. See the tin foil? That's where they'll be cooking up heroin and that kind of stuff. I don't want to put my hands in here because there's probably needles, nor do I want to contaminate myself, but this is some pretty dangerous stuff here. You are a dope fiend.
Oh yeah, I know for sure.
And there's no maybes, ifs, or whatever. You are going to be dead if this don't work. A lot of fentanyl in there, and not only can that stuff kill him, but it can surely kill somebody else that be handling it. And I don't surely want to be one of those people, so let's make sure we're nice and clean and ready to take this guy to rehab.
I use heroin, Xanax. Those Xanax are pressed with fentanyl and weed.
Where do you get all this crap? How do you pay for this crap?
I robbed the drug dealer a while ago. Like I just do anything that I can give money. That's what I do. That's what I have to do.
It's true.
I've been in jail for it was since I was in 21. I've only been out for like a year because I robbed somebody.
These bootleg freaking fentanyl pills that look like Xanax, where do you get those?
I just know people.
Okay. How many people do you know that died?
That's died?
From overdoses.
A lot.
When it comes to drug addiction, if you don't get your fix or drug or whatever the deal is, you get what you call dope sick. And that's something that nobody wants to go through because the withdrawals are so horrible, you're willing to do anything. So for someone like Dominic, how is he going to get the money? He already told us. He pulled robberies, he stole, he did whatever the heck he needed to do. He's been smoking heroin because he can't shoot it anymore because he's collapsed all his veins. When he comes off of heroin, he's using meth. He's got a bunch of pills that I had taken that are Xanax, but they're pressed Xanax. He's got a father that loves the hell out of him. And he seems really willing, and I believe that if we don't do what we do, he's going to be dead. I'm proud of you, and this is a new chapter of your life.
All
So
right.
let's make this count.
All right.
Give me a hug, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
You hang in there.
All right.
Panucci, you take care of yourself, man. You'll see me tonight on group. I'll be at group. I'll be running group.
All right.
All right?
Yeah.
After you, sir. Mr. Ibarra. And just like Jennifer, we're going to stay in touch. We're going to keep involved. We're not going to back off. And we're going to see where it goes.
These four walls are bare.
It's going to be a long, hard road for these guys.
Fill my lungs with air.
But we're going to be right there with them.
I can taste the sunrise from right here. Keep my eyes closed. Seek a kaleidoscope. Just another moment, I'll be here.
We have here fentanyl, and this is what is killing our children today.
Oh my God, I'm tired. I'm just exhausted of being drunk. I'm just exhausted.
I wasn't planning on living much longer.
They're on the call.
call for Santa Cruz units. The train did hit the vehicle. I don't know if anyone is inside the vehicle.
Bones ache, you're shaky, you just feel miserable, you just don't want to be in your skin.
2 days ago, the World Health Organization characterized COVID-19 as a pandemic, with the number of global cases reported as over 137,000, with more than 5,000 deaths.
As of tomorrow, Saturday, March 14th, the city of Santa Clarita will suspend all non-essential city services, close city facilities, and suspend all city programming for 14 days.